Hello, people of Earth and elsewhere. Welcome back to Spam Cracker's Ultimate Top 10 Stands lists. This is the intended final list in this series of the top 10 best stands in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Translated from my own words, the stands on this list are the definitive top 10 stands from JoJo I myself would love to have more than any others in the series. Because this list is completely subjective to my own opinions, I will actually have this list made in a countdown format from the one I would least like to have to the one that I want more than any other stand in the entirety of JoJo. Quick side note before we begin, the usual list rule applies, that I am only going to be taking stands from the main series and not from any spin-offs, light novels, video games, or theme park attractions, etc. With that being said, here are the top 10 ultimate stands from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure that I would personally love to have. Number 10. Harvest. As used in the series, I don't think I need to explain all that much about why this stand would be good to have. Dozens of itty-bitty bug things picking up spare change is fun enough as it is, and the long range of the stand is effective for basically anything. I guess it's kind of like the lazy man stand. Forget about something but don't want to walk upstairs and stuff? No problem. And all those times that you've run out of toilet paper in the bathroom but noticed too late? Or, gotten into the shower and didn't realize that there was no shampoo left until, too late? It would really be helpful for times like that. Mundane things. In contrast, we have number 9, Bohemian Rhapsody. This just looks like fun to have. Probably the most overpowered thing that I could want, but this is just the power of imagination at its finest, and I don't mean to brag, but I think I could actually find ways to use it and control this power to a point where it would be good, clean fun. Its stats, besides its infinite range, are all pretty vague, so who knows what you could do with it, if a person with a brain actually decided to mess around with its properties and all that stuff. I mean, I might actually cause the apocalypse, but dang if I don't care. Let's just all go to Sesame Street. Number 8. Echoes. The rest of the things on this list have an essence of practicality to them, but Echoes is something that's pretty cool, as long as it's still not in its egg form. Act 3 has enough personality to make its abilities worth it, and sound-based powers could be interesting to try out. In series, Koichi found plenty handy ways to use them. The power of words, specifically the onomatopoeia, is indeed a force to be reckoned with in the right hands. Just think of all the properties you could apply to things just using an onomatopoeia. Go ahead and think about it. Number 7. Hey Ya. Did I put this on the lamest stands list? Yes. Did I ever say that it would be a terrible stand to have? No, I didn't. I just said it doesn't do much, and you know what? For all that not doing much, it doesn't hurt you. Just tells you, just do it! Yeah, I'm the kind of person who would like to have a personal cheerleader egging me on and encouraging me to do things when I just can't seem to take the first or last step to doing something. It'd be really helpful. I'm sure that there are downsides as well, but really, I could dig having Hey Ya as a stand. Number 6. Weather Report. Why would you not want to say what the weather is like? Need nice weather? Okay, you can take care of that. Want snow in the middle of July? Fine. Want to freak the neighbors out and make it rain frogs? That's weird, but apparently Weather Report can make any weather pattern if it just so happens to have occurred in nature at least once in time. Now, this is to say nothing of heavy weather, which I have the exact opposite desire for, which is why I say I only want Weather Report and not the other very interesting, highly bizarre part of this stand. Yeah, let's just focus purely on the ability to manipulate the weather patterns and keep the atmosphere consistent enough to let my darn allergies have a break for more than 4 months in a year. Number 5. Achtung Baby. I'm sure a lot of people can relate to the feeling of wanting to turn invisible sometimes, whether that's because you just want to disappear for a while, or because you like to do sneaky things like stealing cookies and tying the shoelaces of somebody you don't like together. There are lots of possible uses for this stand. Like, really, hide-and-seek champion right here. In addition to that, you can also make other things invisible and not just your body, so it's not like you have a stand that you have to stand around in your birthday suit in order to use effectively. Plus, its development potential is A, and if I know anything about the power of invisibility, it usually comes with the power to make force fields. So, who knows? That might be something you could have in the future. It would be really neat. Number 4. Crazy Diamond. It was a really hard call between this one and Star Platinum, but in the end Crazy Diamond just has a little bit more use than punching things. I also don't need the power to stop time if I can fix physical damage to pretty much anything. I know that it's conditional, but the healing attribute is just too useful to pass up, even if I can't use it on myself. Okay, and the power to destroy things with rapid punches is awesome. Carry heavy things, reach higher places, catch you when you fall. It's practically indispensable. Number 3, Heaven's Door. Debatably, the most evil thing on this list. It really plays into how you feel about other people and exactly how much you trust them. Not gonna lie, having the power to make it so that no one could ever hide anything from you is just way too tempting to have. My own insecurities are a bit crazy actually, and there's the distinct possibility that it would make me incredibly paranoid, and then I would have permanent trust issues. But that's a risk I'd be willing to take in an attempt to also test my own ability of self-control. With great power comes great responsibility, and you better believe I am looking for both. Number 2, Paisley Park. This one is a little bit autonomous, but once again, practically infinite uses depending on who you are. Living GPS. Have yet to see it be fooled. Always get where you're going the fastest way possible. Gives you choices depending on the situation, and what you will choose will somehow present itself to you and be useful in some way. There's a bit of a mystery element to it, and that little bit of, oh, how will this work out, is something that I think would be more or less fun to find out. Heaven forbid you get into a situation that is a dire situation that this stand would have to help you out of, but I think that developing a skill like making split-second decisions would be a handy thing to have in your back pocket. The biggest upside to this is never getting lost again. I could live so much happier having Paisley Park just as that kind of confidence booster. And number 1 is Scary Monsters. Let me preface this with the word dinosaurs. Yeah, a lot of people might have seen this coming, but it is the singular stand in the series that demonstrates the difference a user of a stand can make to how its powers can be utilized. Ferdinand, the original owner of this stand, was a jerk who hated his power and only used it like the raptor version of the zombie apocalypse, which was very entertaining, as I will say, as far as that Ark and Steel Ball run goes, if I may say so myself. But then, Diego Brando ends up with it in the end, and we could see it do so much more than that. I mean, you could solve so many problems with this stand. Having dinosaurs at your beck and call. They listen to everything you say. It's not just a stand version of Jurassic Park, and you can always undinosaur whatever you turned into a dinosaur afterward. I mean, just the ability to morph into a dinosaur or part dinosaur at any given point would be handy. How many uses could you have for that tail? Extra strength and speed comes with it, and not just like some invisible force. You can actually use your own power yourself. It's not like some ghost behind you is doing everything. It's kind of hard to explain, but if someone tried to mug me, I would totally use freaky dinosaur strength to defend myself. Would this attract attention? Probably, but dang, it would be worth it. You know, you could use those dinosaur feet to get just a little bit taller, turn the dog or the cat into a raptor, and suddenly they're perfectly trained. And this is only the tip of the iceberg. I mean, I would need a whole separate video to talk about how I think Scary Monsters is the best stand a Rocky has ever invented. But, dang it, I don't care how predictable it was. If I could only have one stand in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure to have for myself, it would be Scary Monsters, no questions asked. And there you have it, everybody, the top stands that I would have, if I could have, from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Over the course of this video, I've clearly just been speaking for myself, but I also want to know what you guys think. What do you think of my picks and my reasoning for wanting them? What do you think is the best stand and why? Or, if you'd like to phrase it another way, go ahead and tell me what your favorite stand is, or which one you would want the most in the JoJo series. Because I would sure like to know. If you happen to enjoy this video, then be sure to drop a like on it and consider subscribing for more JoJo-related content, as well as other nerdist spam of varying sorts. Suggestions for that, as well as other artistic endeavors, are always welcome. You can also find out what I'm up to by following my Twitter, and if you like the drawings I've shown here, be sure to check out more of them on my DeviantArt that's linked in the description below. I'd like to say thanks to all of you who watched this video all the way through to the end. It is very much appreciated, and even though this is all for now, I hope to see you in the next video. Ciao!